This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
Welcome on. It is Friday. Welcome on. It's meteorologist Evan Thomason. Thanks for joining the First Alert Weather Breakdown, where maybe on Friday we take things a little more chill and more easy on ourselves, especially since it's the last day of the work week, and I am fueled up by energy drinks. Look, it's what I needed to do to get through the last day of the work week, okay? Anyways, welcome on. First Alert Weather Breakdown. Thanks for joining us. It's Friday, 10:30. We're going to preview your weekend forecast here for you, which is a little tricky. It's not simple. It's not just simply stating it's warm, it's sunny, because guess what? It's neither. So you need to be paying attention here for this upcoming weekend, as Saturday and Sunday could both spell some trouble. And I will say one thing is certainly going to happen this weekend, and that is change. A lot of change from what is out today to what is coming here for the weekend. Not only that, we did change a good amount here for the day today. We added a good amount of cloud cover into our atmosphere. It's a little more gloomy, and for your Friday, especially compared to yesterday when we had sunshine out for Thursday, that was about plenty yesterday, and now it's all gone. But that cloud cover here for the day today is kind of leading us into our rain chance here coming tomorrow on Saturday. We're getting into that and so much more on First Alert Weather Breakdown. For those of you newbies coming along, or if you're just hopping in for the first time, essentially, do not worry. This is essentially weather in its entirety over the course of just about the same amount of time a news program takes. We have our own commercial breaks here, yes, but essentially this just gives us a platform to take the weather forecast that you see on air and expand on it by a whole lot, times maybe 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that range, where I get to do these intros. We get to, it's not only a combination of extending the forecast, but it's also a combination of making sure I don't forget anything. Because usually I'm kind of in a rush with my words, trying to get out one point after the other to make sure that I keep you first alert with the main points of the forecast. But, you know, there's always some things that I miss out on saying, things like that. I can't use all my graphics that I want to use to get away at a certain point here for the conditions that we're expecting over the next 7 days. So that's why we essentially put the full weather forecast here on the First Alert Weather Breakdown. And not only that, I get to go a little more slowly. I get to take my time with it, as you know, you don't want to be in a rush sometimes. I know you're in a rush in the door out the morning, which is why we give you the forecast here real quick, especially in the morning show. But if you have the ability to take it slow, take your time, and even drink some water, then it's a nice, chill day. Especially, I like these vibes for Friday. Especially compared to earlier this week. You remember earlier this week we had a First Alert Weather Day on Tuesday. Well, thankfully that's gone away, and we are not seeing anything that spells that much severe weather back into the Arklatex, thankfully, at least within the next 7 days, which is great to see. All right, let's get into our agenda here for today. For those of you just joining, we always go over a local forecast first and foremost for pretty much 99% of our weather podcasts here. This one, we'll be talking about the rainy weekend ahead for the most part, and obviously the 7-day forecast too. On top of that, our exclusive content here for the day today is kind of going back to what Friday usually is all about, which is talking more for those traveling outside of the Arklatex here this weekend, looking to get out toward Dallas, toward Little Rock, towards Jackson, or down into the Big Easy, down to New Orleans. So for those of you traveling this weekend, we'll have a forecast here just for you. One quick shout out again. I've mentioned this from time to time, but if you're on our YouTube stream, feel free to drop on by and leave us a comment. All right, let's get into the forecast, shall we? Let's hop on outside. This is a gloomy look on our Matthews landscape and pest camera. Excuse me. Here in Shreveport and Bossier. Before I do that, let me go ahead and remove what is down in the bottom right there, the bug. There we go. So you can get a full screen just with me and with the current graphic here. All right, so gloomy look in for the day today, but not wet. I will say that. It looks soggy, yes. We're getting our atmosphere kind of filled with a good amount of moisture here for the day today. And eventually that does spell bad news and spill the beans with the rain coming. But the rain looks to hold off until tomorrow. It's kind of a similar look on our window row camera as well. If we're getting any peaks of sunshine from today, it's going to be late in the afternoon, almost right before sunset. And that's a big if you do get see any sunshine at all, or blue skies for that matter. All right, so main headline here for the day today, besides the cloud cover, is talking about warmer temperatures. Even though it is cloudy, it is way warmer than yesterday. We're talking temperatures getting up into the 70s a good bit, getting up into T-shirt and shorts weather territory, at least for one brief day for your Friday. It's an opposite story here for the weekend. The cloud cover eventually leads into rain showers and storms here for the weekend, and we are going to push in much colder air as well. We'll talk about some numbers and just how much will cool down in just a little bit. Temperatures right now already up to 68 in Shreveport, 61 in Texarkana, 53 in DeQueen, 63 in Magnolia, 67 in Carthage, 64 in Center, 67 in Nacogdoches. So what's on top of us here for today, again, is warm air. We're billowing in a nice little jet stream out of the south and west. Most of that's controlled by the low pressure center, low pressure system, I should say, which is mainly in Arizona. It's pretty much hanging around Arizona in the southwest corner of the United States, out for this time being. And what that's rotating around also is it's dipping out some colder air immediately behind that cold pressure. Cold pressure. Oh my goodness, it is Friday. That is incorrect. Let me redo that statement again. That low pressure system is rotating in cold air right behind it. So we're going to essentially get this entire setup that you see before you slowly moving eastward, as hinted by those white arrows over there. And eventually our warm jet stream is gone. That's why this only lasts for today. So, again, that's why the warm temperatures only are going to hang around for one more day here for the day today, or just one day period here for your Friday, before we bring in that cold shot of air, which is mainly going to come in for the weekend with the rain. You already see the cloud cover as well, good amount of moisture along that jet stream coming out of the south and west, but we continue to keep you first alert about this chance of rain. It's, again, in Arizona today, but it is quickly rolling into the Arklatex here for tomorrow afternoon. Some of that could even continue into Sunday, too. We'll go over more of that specifically here in just a moment, as this is kind of a vague kind of future track. You see the not like particular cells pop up. This just indicates when we have chances of rain overall coming back into the Arklatex, which after the system for the weekend, looks like we have another rain system that could affect us on for Wednesday night and Thursday morning. But that's all I'm finding for the work week. Overall, I'm expecting a pretty dry, tame, long-term forecast into next work week, which is good. All right, future track. Again, if you see sunshine, it's going to be late today. This is the picture around 5, 6 o'clock where we could roll back on some of that cloud cover, but overall, it should be a pretty cloudy rest of the day. Then you get into the storms. Some of it could happen as early as Saturday afternoon with a straight chance of a shower then, but most of this is going to occur throughout the afternoon and evening hours. So around 3 p.m., you'll especially face some scattered showers and storms that'll creep in. Looks like mainly into the northern half of the Arklatex, but still, don't be surprised if you see storms anywhere across the region throughout the day on Saturday. This continues well into Saturday night, too, into the Arklatex as well, before stray showers are kind of left over into the region here for your Sunday morning. Should have a pretty dry Sunday afternoon and evening. So, to reiterate that point, since I stumbled over it, if you need a chance to get outside of the house, or if you just want to do outdoor activities at some point here this weekend, and enjoy your days off, and eventually get out and around somewhere, the best time to do it would be Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, kind of just the tail end of the weekend. So maybe look forward to it, so to speak. One other thing to mention with the storms on Saturday is they do hold a small chance of severe weather, believe it or not. Storm Prediction Center, this is new as of today. The Storm Prediction Center associated with the National Weather Service has kind of lifted that area of marginal risk with those storms just a little farther north than what was originally shown yesterday. So most of it now includes areas of northeast Texas and a few southwestern Arkansas counties as well, too. So, yeah, kind of expanded the area of the marginal risk. Now, keep in mind, marginal risk means the slimmest chance of severe weather. Just so you know, that severe weather outbreak on Tuesday that we had, that was under an enhanced risk everywhere around the Arklatex, and that was a level 3 out of 5. This is just a level 1. I'm not even expecting any tornado warnings at all here from tomorrow, which is good news for you. I think if anything happens, it's going to be a few good gusts of strong winds, and some hail possible with this system. But that's really it. As for today alone, we haven't really discussed the temperatures. Today, again, alone is going to be very warm. 76 in Texarkana, 75 across McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma. Temperatures pretty much region-wide are in the mid to upper 70s. That includes East Texas and northeast Louisiana. Would not be surprised to see 80-degree temperature mark here for the day today as well. Mind you that. For tomorrow morning, temperatures actually get warmer than what we had outside this morning. Lows this morning were down into the upper 40s, lower 50s. And it appears that most of the Arklatex only getting down into the mid-50s, especially for those of you along the I-20 corridor. Maybe for those of you north of I-20, it's more of the same what you found out this morning, which is down to the upper 40s, lower 50s, especially around Texarkana. But if you're down to around Nacogdoches, looks like our lows might even reach below 60 degrees, actually, here for tomorrow morning. Overall, our temperatures are pretty streamlined between the morning excuse me, to the afternoon here for the weekend, which means our temperatures, unlike today and yesterday, our temperatures for the weekend are not increasing at all. Highs are rapidly dropping here for the weekend. After highs, again, we just mentioned, are in the upper 70s today. Tomorrow, 62. Sunday, 54. We're talking a 25-degree temperature drop in a matter of 2 days. That's going to be impressive between today and Sunday. It's going to be very chilly here for the weekend, so even if you dodge out the rain, you got to bundle up on your way out the door anytime across the weekend. So keep that in mind, especially into Sunday. But then once you head into next week, that's when our temperatures finally start to recover a good bit, and they recover very quickly, just as much as the temperatures went on down. Highs reach over 70 degrees by Monday, and they look to reach almost up to 80 degrees by this coming Thursday. That's going to be very, very impressive. One other thing to note on that full 7-day forecast here for you is, again, the chance of rain. That'll mostly come here for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. A few of those showers could spill over into Sunday, too. That's why we have that 20% rain chance in for your Sunday. Most of that's just going to be in the morning, though. Again, the best time to get out for this weekend is going to be the afternoon and evening, well after we spring forward, which will be from 2 to 3 a.m. Yes, it is the shortest weekend of the year, and it's a rainy one, too. It's not the best of – it's the worst of both worlds, so to speak. Again, high temperature up to 80 on Thursday. The only chance of rain that I really foresee at all next week is looking to be on Wednesday into Thursday morning. Even then, it's not looking that convincing. I got only about a 20% rain chance in for the middle of next week. We'll get some better ideas on that heading into early next week. But severe weather, looking to stay calm here for now. Stay quiet here for the time being, but we'll see in time. We'll let you know. We'll keep you first alert. All right, coming up next is the regional travel forecast for those of you traveling outside the Arklatex. I have been traveled out. I've been to, I got to spill where I've been recently, but let's just say I've traveled a good bit over the past couple weeks. But for any of you looking to travel around or on this weekend in March, go ahead, beauty to you. We'll give you a forecast for wherever you're going coming up. Stick around. All right, welcome back to the first alert weather breakdown. I hope you enjoy the local forecast there. Again, just got to dodge the rain for the weekend, at least here locally in the Arklatex. But since rain's usually, anytime rain usually plagues into the Arklatex, it usually affects areas around here as well. So we're going to see how that rain affects everybody else's forecast around us. Coming up in this exclusive look at your regional forecast here. So again, it's cloudy here today in the Arklatex, but you can see that this is cloud cover that pretty much expands into most areas around us as well. Especially looking like the cloud cover is kind of extending into Little Rock. You could see a little bit on the western end loop of this that we're bringing in some dry sunshine here. It looks like slowly into Dallas and into the bulk of Oklahoma here around us. But elsewhere, areas off to our south, north, and east continue to deal with this immense cloud cover and moisture, which is kind of, again, leading us into this chance of rain here for tomorrow, at least locally, that could still be affecting many areas of the Arklatex. So there it is, that jet stream that extends all the way from essentially southern Texas through Houston, goes through Shreveport, and this is continuing to roll eastward into pretty much Mississippi and Alabama as well. So we're finding some light drizzling rain showers, actually, out around the northern edge of the Arklatex here for the time being. I'm actually going to zoom in on that. Some of that extends to Dallas. I think most of this is ground clutter / drizzle at best. Looks like that's mainly in store for those along and north of I-30. Not entirely surprising here for the day today, but again, it's pretty much drizzle at best here from that system. So let's get into our future track again. That's our next system that's affecting the Arklatex here locally, and that's the next chance of rain that could affect anybody regionally around our local region. So this system is going to be coming racing eastward. Looks like for the day today on for your Friday, things look nice and dry throughout the bulk of the region. But the rain will start first thing tomorrow morning. Looks like in Dallas, first starting off in eastern Texas. And then this will crank up real soon across the Arklatex, especially into tomorrow afternoon. I'm actually going to go ahead and kind of remove my face so you can see the full picture here. And also zoom. Actually, I cannot zoom out on this picture. But looks like we got rain all the way down into New Orleans as well and continuing across Little Rock too. So, yeah, most of this is going to be an issue throughout most of our regional areas. This is going to be a big-time system, giving us a good amount of rain showers for areas all around us on Saturday. Sunday, particularly in the morning, maybe a few leftover rain showers available, especially across Mississippi. Once you get into Sunday afternoon, that's when the Arklatex dries out. And I think the bulk of the regional area will be drying out as well. Maybe a few rain showers kind of left, picky, little rounds of rain, I should say, so to speak. Stray bits and pieces of rounds of rain are left over for Little Rock and Mississippi for Sunday afternoon, but then looks like everybody completely dries out for at least the first half of next week. So it's all about tracking that rain here, affecting areas around us here in the Arklatex. So currently 69 in New Orleans, 61 in Dallas. Some areas certainly warmer than others. 72 on the coast in Houston. Meanwhile, still a little more chilly in Little Rock at 56 degrees. A little more cloud cover, again, from that jet stream extending all the way from Dallas into Little Rock. And also is extended across Jackson at this time as well. For this afternoon, highs get up to 83 for Dallas. That's how much they are along that jet stream. That's impressive. Meanwhile, a little cooler in the Little Rock 69. Looks like most of our highs regionally, at least for the day today, get into the 70s. But remember how there was big changes for the temperatures here locally in Shreveport? Well, that's the case, especially for Dallas. Remember the high of 82 today? It's down to 55 tomorrow. Wow. Impressive. 52 for a high temperature only in Little Rock here for your Saturday as well. Meanwhile, we're ahead of the front and continuing on with warm temperatures from New Orleans through Jackson and Houston, with temperatures still ranging up into the 70s. Then looks like Jackson might be the only area able to dodge the rain here from Saturday, but then Jackson, I believe, deals with the rain on Sunday, and so does Little Rock as well, while everybody else pretty much clears out most of their rain. But notice that everybody's temperatures are much cooler for Sunday. Highs go down to 68 in New Orleans, down to 59 for a high temperature in Houston on Sunday, and most of it pretty much settling along with widespread highs way down into the 50s here locally. So I was looking at your full extended forecast for those of you traveling outside. So pretty much bear with the rain, especially affecting most of our regional areas on Saturday. Could affect more towards Mississippi, though, on Sunday, for those of you who just headed out directly eastward. All right, cool. We're going to take one more break. We're going to wrap up this episode after just a quick commercial break, see what you can look forward to for next week's set of First Alert Weather Breakdown podcasts. I will see you after this, and I'll give you some hints and some sneak previews into what you can look forward to next week. Hey, welcome back to First Alert Weather Breakdown. Get this a little closer. Hi. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Evan Thompson. Thanks for watching. Again, the First Alert Weather Breakdown. Weekend rain, again, slim chance of severe weather, but overall, I'm just expecting some strong thunderstorms, but nothing that should bring us tornadic activity at all, which is good news. Unfortunately, some of your plans, especially if they are, again, on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, could be a little messy, so watch out for that. I think that's all I got for you for the rest of this episode in particular. For next week, we got interview coming up. We're going to try to bring on the National Weather Service. We tried to do that this week. We actually tried to schedule that for this week before knowing Severe Weather Day was going to be on Tuesday. Then we were like, oh, it's convenient. Because then we'll bring on the National Weather Service immediately afterward, and we'll get their thoughts on what happened with all the severe weather, but they were busy. Too much severe weather happened, so they kind of got busy on some of those tornadic reports. They had to drive out to and kind of get on the scene for that kind of thing, and it still makes them busy, essentially, for recapping specific storms. So the point is we were unable to do it this week, but we're going to hopefully get in contact and do it next week with my good friend Chris Nuttall at the National Weather Service over in Shreveport. And, yeah, I'll hopefully get him in for next week, interview him, and continue our, first of all, great partnership together with them because they're always the people that are in control, not in control of the weather, but they're in control of the watches, the warnings, and always at the forefront, honestly, of the entire weather community here, which is really impactful. So, yeah, we're going to try to interview him next week. We'll try to get Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones back on for the Met Chat next week as well. What else can you look forward to? Monday's forecast. We're going to look way long range. I know one thing you look forward to me saying in all the newscasts is looking at the 7-day and 12-day forecast to pinpoint a specific day. Like, for example, St. Patrick's Day is now in the 12-day forecast, so that's looking sunny, which is nice here for now. But we'll see if that lasts because it's in the 12-day forecast. But there are hints that we can give people that kind of say, hey, what can we expect maybe beyond the next 12 days? Now, keep in mind, these are hints. These are not, oh my gosh, on April 3rd, it's expected to be rainy with only a little chance of rain in the afternoon, and most of the rain's going to come in the early morning hours. I can't. You get the point. I can't specifically tell you what's going to happen way down the road, but we can provide hints. Is it looking colder or warmer than normal? Is it looking that we're going to get more rain than what usually happens during springtime, which could mean more chances of severe weather? We'll go into that forecast and look a little more for trends. We're just looking for trends and see if we see any hints in the weather patterns coming up, and see if we get anything that can suggest that we will answer those questions. We'll look into essentially the forecast way down the road, heading further on into springtime, and see what lies ahead for us. So, anyways, thanks for joining. I probably talked too much. It's Friday. My head's a little everywhere. Feel like I need a weekend, and well, fortunately, it's a weekend minus 1 hour, but at least it's a weekend. So try to extend it to the fullest. Anyways, thanks for joining us here on First Alert Weather Breakdown. You have a great weekend. I will see you Monday at 10:30. You be there, be square. Most importantly, be weather aware, especially with the rain around for tomorrow. Meteorologist CJ Cartledge will have you covered on that rain tomorrow. But I will see you again Monday, 10:30. Be there, be square, and be weather aware. I'll see you later. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday at 10:30. Peace out.